Hello, my name is Suki and it's my dinner time. Dinner time always brings me to the land of beautiful porcelain filled with delicious memories. Well, this is my favorite story and it's set in a land entirely made of porcelain. The story is by Christian Andersens and it's called The Nightingale. Now, the palace of the great emperor was the most beautiful palace in the whole world. It was made entirely of porcelain, which was so brittle that whoever touched it had to be very careful. Now, beyond the palace walls was a beautiful forest with very high trees. In the branches of the trees lived a beautiful nightingale. The nightingale sang so sweetly that people would come out at night and stand very still just to listen to her song. Many authors wrote great books about the emperor's beautiful land, but each book said that out of all the things in the land, the nightingale was the best of all.
The nightingale is the best of all.
What is this? The nightingale? Can there be such a bird in my empire without my never ever having heard of it?
The emperor called his prime minister, a grand personage that no one of inferior rank could speak to, and the prime minister appeared.
There is said to be a very remarkable bird here called the nightingale. Her song, they say, is worth more than anything in my dominion. Why has no one ever told me of her?
I have never heard of her, Your Imperial Majesty. She has never been presented in court. I wish for her to come and sing for me this evening. The whole world, it seems, knows what I have better than me.
The Prime Minister had no idea how to find her. He ran up one flight of steps, down another, but not a single person that he met had heard of the nightingale.
Your Imperial Majesty, it must be a fable by the man who wrote the book. But the book has been sent to me by the Emperor of India. It cannot be untrue.
Your Imperial Majesty must not believe all that is written in books. Most of it is pure invention.
But the Emperor of Switzerland has also sent me a book talking about how the nightingale is the best of all, so it cannot be untrue.
I wish to hear her this very evening, and if she does not come, the whole court will be flogged.
In great alarm, the Prime Minister once again ran upstairs and downstairs, and through the halls and through the passages. And half the court ran with him, for no one liked the idea of being flogged. Everyone in the court was asked about the wonderful nightingale that the whole world was talking about, but not one had heard of her. At last they met a poor little kitchen maid.
Oh yes, the nightingale. I know her very well. Each night I carry the fragments left over from the dining table to my poor sick mother, and I stay and rest a while under the trees in the forest, and I listen to the nightingale's song, and it brings tears to my eyes.
Please take me to see her. I will get you a very good position in the kitchen if you do so.
And so the Prime Minister and the little kitchen maid went together into the forest.
There. I think that must be the nightingale. I think I can hear her now.
Oh no, sir! That's just a dizzy porcelain cow.
There's another sound I can hear. I think that is the nightingale.
Oh no, sir! Those are just porcelain crickets. Oh, sir! I think I hear the nightingale. And there they heard the beautiful song of the free nightingale. Little nightingale, His Imperial Majesty would like to hear you sing.
Yes, we would like to invite you to the palace this evening.
Oh, said the nightingale, my song sounds much better in the forest. But since the emperor wishes it, I will come. That evening, the whole court was present, dressed in its finest clothes. The little kitchen maid had permission to stand behind the door and listen, for now she had been promoted to the rank and title of Maid of the Kitchen. The nightingale sang so sweetly that tears came to the emperor's eyes and tears rolled down his cheeks.
Oh, how lovely. Oh, the nightingale shall stay in the court in a golden cage. She will have permission to fly twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening. How truly lovely. Oh.
The entire city was talking about the nightingale and how brilliantly she sang. But for the nightingale there was not much pleasure, as she could not fly freely anymore and had to sing for a different audience in the court every evening. Until one day the emperor received a gift.
Your Imperial Majesty, someone has presented you with this beautiful artificial nightingale, studded with rubies and emeralds and sapphires. You wind it up and it starts to sing.
Everyone became so enamored with the artificial nightingale that nobody noticed when the real nightingale flew out of the palace from an open window back into the forest. One evening, when the emperor was listening to the artificial nightingale, guess what happened?
Oh, it is completely broken.
There was no one who could mend the broken nightingale, and the real nightingale could not be found. After some time, a great affliction visited the whole empire. The emperor was taken seriously ill, and it was reported that he would not live. The emperor could scarcely breathe. It appeared as if something was sitting on his shoulders, and something heavy was on his chest. And when he opened his eyes, he saw that it was death.
What are the things that you have done which are positive? What are the things that you have done which are negative? What are the things that you have done which are good? What are the things that you have done which are bad?
Music. Music.
What are you saying?
Music. Music.
Oh.
All at once came the sweetest music through the window. It was the living Nightingale. She sat at the Emperor's windowsill, singing to him. She had heard of the Emperor's illness and had come to sing to him of comfort and hope. As the little Nightingale sang her song, blood flowed more and more quickly through the limbs of the Emperor, and his eyes welled with tears. Even Death silently listened and said, "Go on, little Nightingale, go on." You see, Death was reminded of his garden, and he longed to be there. And so Death flew out of the window. The next morning, when the Prime Minister came to ensure that the Emperor was dead, guess what he saw?
Good morning. Isn't it a lovely day?
So you see, this is a story of two genuine treasures. One, of the free song of the Nightingale, and the second, the tears from the Emperor's eyes. Because you see, these are the treasures of the heart.